Deep breath. Relaxing. Relaxing. You don't need stress in your body. Stress distracts you. No, in this conversation, it's just you. You and your flow. You and this greater part of yourself. The great being that you truly are. Expressing yourself right now through this physical body. Oh my. What a challenge you've set up for yourself. Oh, feel that. It's a kind of giddy excitement. You set up this crazy, beautiful challenge for yourself. You and everyone else here on this planet. Which is, how do I take something huge and beautiful and ancient and aware, squeeze it into something physical and clunky, further limited by the brain and the intelligence and the genes that are going to heavily influence this. Oh my. Makes you wonder why you signed up at all. But there must be something here. This must be a means, a method for understanding yourself deeper, for seeing what happens when you push yourself, what happens when you limit yourself. How do you respond to limitations? If you are God and you put yourself in a very cramped and small environment, and you wanted to ask yourself, how do I respond to limitations? Who am I when I don't have all my power? Who am I when I'm not limitless? Who am I? How do I react? How do I behave? What will I learn from this? What will I see from this? How will this expand my understanding of myself? Oh my, do you already feel how amazing you are? You're asking yourself this. You're doing this. And here's the funny thing. The harder your life has been, the deeper you've been willing to go to look, to find out, to experience and know. But look, there comes a point when you realize it doesn't have to keep being hard. There comes a point when a part of you is waking up. You feel that? Shake off. Wake up, shake off those sleepy head. Rub your eyes. Take your head off that feather pillow. Do you see yourself doing this? Feel it, see it. You're out there in the cosmos. You're in the flow. You're waking up and you're saying, oh, you're right. I've done a lot of stuff and let it get really hard and difficult. Hold on here. Part of this is for me to break through this and realize I don't need to make it be so hard anymore. I wonder if I can learn things from easy. I wonder if I can release myself to my natural flow, to bounty, to abundance, to goodness, because it's funny when I try and do that, all kinds of things leap up and prevent myself. I say, I can't have that, I don't deserve that, how could I have it if someone else doesn't? I'm not strong enough for that. Wow, I guess there are a lot of things to learn from being successful and happy and self-accepting. Maybe I need to let go of all those hard, difficult challenges and start being self-accepting. That's, how does that feel? You take that inside yourself and you say, yeah. Well, how do I do that? Look around you. Do you see where you are right now? Where you just went as if by accident, by magic, because it's just who you are. Your nature led you there without even trying, deep into a daydream. Yes, you know you're in a daydream. It doesn't matter. You can be two places at once. Who cares? There's no limits. Nobody's telling you yes, no, you can, you can't. You're in this beautiful place of flow and light and energy. It is the place behind the physical world. It's practically where you go when you're pure source energy. After all the physical's done, it's practically there. This is where you are. You're where stuff is being put together in your life. Possibilities are flowing toward one another. You're a tiny bit in your future. You're a tiny bit outside of your regular life, just enough to see and plan and know. And you realize there was no struggle to get here. This is natural to you. You were given this ability as much as you were given the ability to breathe or digest food. It just is part of you. It's part of the whole essence. It's part of the whole being. And in this place, you're saying, I've got to figure out me. I've got to figure out what I am, who I am, what beautiful part of myself I'm expressing to the world. And there's nothing that will distract me from that. There are certain things I'll take in and develop with me, alongside me. I'll become part of them. They'll become precious to me. My family, for instance. Those relationships I care deeply about. But you know, the reason I bring them in is because they're part of my intimacy. And when I see things, when I feel things in me that I just don't want to touch, I don't want to go to, and I think how I want to avoid them, and sometimes I say I don't want to go back there, and sometimes I just say, no, I don't really like it, it just makes me uncomfortable. That's when I wake up. It's like another level, another part of me wakes up and shakes off and says, hold on here. You really going to allow there to be parts of yourself you don't want to touch? You don't want to encounter? You don't want to at least check in and ask, am I ready for you yet? Am I able to encounter you yet? Really? And that's when you realize, yeah, I do. I can at least ask, am I ready to encounter you? What are you? Who are you? There's something in me that's been holding me back. I'm ready to look at that. I'm ready to say to it, I don't really want you in me like that anymore. I want you to be different. I want me to be different. I will be different. And that's when I realize there's no person I can blame for this. There's no past life I can blame for this. There's no other energy condition in my life I can blame for this. If there is, it's because I'm actively holding on to that. I'm using that. I've decided to use that as a justification. I don't need to do that anymore. Why would I want to hold on to that? I'm going to free myself right now. And you feel yourself freeing. You feel yourself untangling. It's like freeing yourself from ropes that have been bound around your legs. Do you see how easy it is to kick them off? So easy to just kick them off. And you do. And you say, I want to get to know myself. Every part of me. Good stuff, bad stuff, all the stuff in between. I owe it to myself. I owe it to God. I owe it to Source. I owe it to my family. Because this is the only way that I can find true love for myself. True love for myself means looking at it all and saying, okay, this is what we've got. What are we going to do with this? Get deep. Get intimate. Get fearless. And that's the feeling you linger on as your daydream begins to fade. And you come back. 3, 2, 1.